I'm Scott L. Miller. It is the 21st of December, 2021. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog coming to you from Las Pinitas in Leon, Nicaragua, and that's the ice cream guy. We're going to say hi as he goes by. Hola! All right, today is Tuesday. Got up this morning, had to be up early, walk the dogs, race like crazy to try to get packed and all of my work done so I could get in the car. And at 8 o'clock, we are hopping in to head to Managua. We are going to Managua with the entire family to celebrate, well, not to celebrate, but to prepare for Christmas. But this trip is actually part of the Christmas present for the girls. Lisa likes it, but Luciana loves being in Managua. She likes the big city. She likes the kind of American stuff or the more first worldy kind of stuff that you can get there. It's a very different feel. It's a big modern city with lots of amenities and selection and shopping and restaurants and all that stuff. She likes all of it. She really likes that kind of city life. And so we are, because we can't do a lot of things for Christmas, right? We can't go buy tons and tons of stuff. Even if we wanted to, even if we had unlimited money and unlimited desire to go shopping and unlimited places to put it all, there's just not that much to buy. So the challenge kind of comes from all directions, but it's kind of good because it really stops the commercialism of Christmas from just taking over. There's just no way around it. So perfect, right? But we want to make sure the kids are happy and getting an interesting, fun, exciting Christmas experience. So in some ways, we are trying to buy things. We're going shopping in Managua today and tomorrow to allow them to see what there is and pick things out. So that if there is stuff that they find, that they can have some things to unwrap. We want them to have physical things unwrapped. We don't want to completely do without that, but we do want to curtail it significantly. And neither Lisa or Luciana has any real request for things. The one thing, and we're very sad about this, that we wanted to get is Legos because Luciana has requested them, both her old ones to come down from the States and new ones. And we can't find anyone selling Legos here in the country. None at all. There used to be a Lego store, but there isn't anymore. So that's really rough. We're very sad about that because obviously we want her to have Legos. We don't want her to not have things that she wants, and they're Legos. They're things that we really just want her to have anyway. And so that we're upset about. That's a big negative, and we're going to try to figure out if we can like ship some in at some point. But for now, there's nothing we can do. Because of the Christmas scheduling, we had no ability to order things and have them come down in time for Christmas. That just wasn't plausible. We didn't have, because of the Omicron stuff, we didn't have enough warning that we weren't going to be in Texas for Christmas. Had we been in Texas, we had plans to have lots of Legos and to bring them back with us without the boxes, all in their plastic, and then Luciana would have had a lot here. That did not make us happy. We're going to figure that out. And like for her birthday, I'm sure we will get her a lot, right? That's probably not a problem with enough planning. It's only because this happened all of a sudden, we couldn't do that. Now, both girls are really interested in getting a number of video games for Christmas. So that's going to be great. We get those here. Actually, we get them much better here than in the States. The price, especially if it's on GOG, is a tiny fraction of what it is in the US. And once we have a bank account here personally, we'll be able to get Steam games at a fraction of the cost of the US, but we still have the Steam winter sale at this time. So we have a really good capability to get video games and unlimited downloads and all that stuff. So that's perfect. But as part of that, going to Managua as a Managua trip as part of this stuff for the girls. So that is what we're doing this morning. Now, Alan and Anna decided to come along because they wanted a nice romantic or whatever adventurous time out in Managua. They don't get to go do that together without there being like work stuff involved very often. So they're coming along. Paul's coming along. He's going to stay for a couple days longer than us. He's just hanging out in Managua to get a break before Christmas, but coming back for Christmas. And Camille has been in San Juan del Sur. She's there today, but tomorrow, Wednesday, she will be catching a ride. She actually has her roommate in San Juan del Sur's boyfriend is a shuttle driver for an airport and is making a Managua run on Wednesday morning first thing. And so she's actually going to be getting to Managua at a perfect time on Wednesday to meet up with us. And then we'll be able to take her to Leon with our van because we already have the space. So that is all just perfect. So we will see her tomorrow. Now, just as we were packing up and getting ready to go, I had about 5 minutes to go before it was time to get in the car. I got everything done that I needed and the internet went out. That was kind of nice because there was no option but to pack up, get in the car, and go, right? No, like, well, there's just one last email I got to send. No, there isn't. There's nothing to do. I was all ready to go, worked out, but the timing could not have been more perfect. Now, for Alan, is not quite as perfect. He had a major outage he was dealing with. It started about 7 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing I could help with. I mean, maybe a little, but not realistically. There's plenty of staff working on it, but Alan was trying to be involved. And then, so he was working on that. And when the internet went out, we just like sent him a note. We're like, the internet is out here too. And he had been like, you guys are gonna have to leave without me. I'm gonna have to take a bus to Managua and meet you guys in a day or two, like whatever. He's like, just take Anna and go. But then the internet went out. And so he just showed up and he's like, let's get in the car and go. Screw this. There's nothing we can do. So it actually worked out perfectly that we both were just cut off from being able to work and might as well be in Managua. And actually, by going to Managua, we'll have internet. So for me, not a big deal, but for Alan, he's going to be able to go to Managua and work. The drive was great this morning. Leo picked us up in the big van, so we were all loaded up, drove out to Managua. It was just a very, very easy drive. Didn't do any drive warping. We've done this trip a number of times, so I'm not trying to record, and I just didn't want to deal with it. This is a fun trip for the kids, so I didn't bring cameras or anything, just the iPhone, nothing else. Not trying to do any filming, and we don't have any like solid plans to go see anything special that would warrant filming at this time. So it was just all worked out. Didn't want to have to deal with any of that. Wanted to keep it light and easy, which made the packing really simple compared to other trips. But, you know, I wanted to be able to spend time with the kids as much as possible for sure on this one. We are staying at the Hilton Princess, and our timing of the drive was perfect. We just drove straight to the Hilton Princess, which is in the north side of Los Robles. So it's one of the few towers. It's really near to the Intercontinental. Really nice views. You can actually see the lake. We were on the executive floor, the 4th floor, which is the 5th for you Americans. Everything's numbered differently. And we could see the lake. We could see downtown Managua. We could walk to a number of things. That was really cool. You know, we had a really nice time. We got there, unloaded, and then had Leo run us over to the Galeria, which is kind of probably the second best known mall, and we spent several hours shopping. We discovered though that there just wasn't a lot that we were super interested in. Lots of shoe stores, a fair number of clothing stores, not much else. A few appliance stores, but pretty much, I mean, malls in America are the same, right? They're crap. Lots of good restaurants, plenty of places to eat. It was a nice layout. Like the mall itself was very navigable, and it was good as malls go. Anna came with us. Alan stayed and worked because there was just no way he could leave. So he spent the day working with internet. Worked out really well. And Anna got to hang out with us, and we just went shopping. We had hoped to find, you know, Legos or some, you know, fun stuff for the kids. We did find a store called Miniso, which is apparently, from what I can tell, I think it's a Japanese, but I don't even know, kind of like a Target, but almost everything specialty made for them. It's a little bit weird. It was a great store, really good prices, lots of really nice stuff, like quality at good prices. I was very impressed. Totally shopped there again. We did a bit of shopping there, and the girls all got some stuff, including Anna. She got some stuff too. So that was a success, but other than that, we didn't get any of the stuff that we really were looking for or hoping to have found today. But the girls did find a lot of cool, like, stuffed animals and stuff while we were there. A lot of really cutesy things, and they like Japanese and Korean culture stuff. It worked out really well, and hopefully the quality holds up, right? And it seems like it would. And it was a very busy store. Clearly, a lot of Nicaraguans shop at that store. And there is another one opening in the city already. So it seems to be doing, I mean, you could see it was doing quite well, at least in the holiday season. So I'm not surprised that they're expanding. After there, we went out, we did lunch at the mall. Well, we started with, Molino in the mall, Molina Cafe, which we all love. It's one of Luciana's favorite places. Very expensive for Managua. It's actually part of it. It's like a bookstore cafe chain. The food is fantastic. It's worth the money for sure. Always great, and a great, like, just place to hang out. It would be like going to any really high-end cafe with fantastic food in the United States. So that was very nice. We were still a little bit hungry after that, so we did a little bit more shopping, and then the girls got crepes, because there's a creperia in the mall. Pretty cool. And then we went back to the hotel, hung out for a while, did a little bit of work, Everybody just running separate errands here and there, but for the most part, it's nice and relaxing. We love the fact that there is hot showers, so everybody took like kind of naps and showers and stuff for a little while. Then this evening, what we did is we went out to Puerto Salvador Allende, which is the big, and if you watch the show back in March, Paul and I went there with Melvin. It is a big like boardwalk out on the Lago Managua waterfront. It is fairly new, absolutely gorgeous, full of rides and food and music and activities. We spent a good bit of time walking around. We have to mention the Christmas decorations in Managua are off the hook. During the day, you kind of see them, but at night, wow, it's crazy how good they are. I mean, these are the best decorations I've ever seen anywhere for Christmas. And they go on block after block of just solid stuff. They have like 3-story tall nativity scenes, one after another, just all the way down the street. You just go and go and go and go. And every rotunda in the city is a huge Christmas display. We didn't go through around the Capital District, but I hear that area is a huge Christmas display. All of the nativity stuff in like heading towards the port is mind-blowing, and it's all private. That stuff, the rotundas and stuff are part of the city display, but everything else is private, and they are nuts how good they are. So I mean, it's worth driving around downtown just for that. Really, really impressive. A lot of fun. We went through it a couple times. We really wanted to get out and walk. I hope that next year, now that we know this is there, I hope to go to Managua, bring cameras, and film quite extensively to be able to show you guys exactly what it's like. Because I did all of my stuff this time just from the car, just pulling up the iPhone and grabbing things as we went by from the car, which is still looks okay, but man, we could have gotten some really cool stuff if we'd have put in the time. So we went to Salvador Allende, we walked all over, checked out what there was. We struggled because it's a quiet night during the week. Tons of things were closed, and we were a little bit on the late side. So we didn't find the kind of food that we really wanted. We ended up, though, at a really nice Chinese restaurant, Sabor de Chino, and very fancy. Sat out on the, because Salvador Allende varies from like go-karts to crazy fancy. It's a big date destination. So you get some really nice restaurants, really nice venues. It gives you a little bit of a feel of being in Epcot, actually. It's fantastic. If you're in Managua, you gotta hit Salvador Allende. It is worth it completely. We also found out that there is a ferry. It costs $30 per person. Gives you an idea of how expensive this is, to go out to a private island that is like a resort island as an extension of the port, and you can do more activities there. They have what looks like a small water park and food and everything out there. So at some point we're going to come and do that. The girls both really loved it. They want to come back and do it again. They like Managua in general. They really like staying at the Hilton Princess. They like a little bit the shopping, but that wore everybody. We were done with the shopping by the time we were done with like 2 hours in the mall. I'm like, Dominica, we got to go. The kids are absolutely over it. This is no longer fun. We've done enough. We know there's not what we want. We got to go. Tomorrow, we're going to go to Metro Centro, which is the biggest, most well-known mall in the city, and see how they stack up to the Galeria. There's about 3 or 4 major malls in the city. It is a city of over 1 million people, so there's not a ton of malls. It's not like a Houston or a Dallas, but it is more like a metro of like a Rochester or Buffalo, or maybe the two combined kind of size, but probably more like a Buffalo, slightly larger. And so there's a few malls, but not a ton. And there's some shopping areas that are not malls. So suddenly a commotion behind me. I have no idea what's going on. And so we did the dinner at the Chinese restaurant. It was really, really good. We really enjoyed it. The service was excellent. The venue was excellent. The food itself was excellent. Very authentic compared to wasn't all Americanized like you normally get in the U.S. So that was great. Very good selection. And the girls want to come back there again. Not just the whole thing, every bit, right? Managua, Salvador Allende, even the Chinese restaurant. And from there, we went back to the hotel and called it a night. We were all tired. We had a lot of fun. It was a great, successful first day in Managua. And we are going to, I got to the hotel. I made sure that I ordered the bag that I'm getting, the camera bag. I went for a Vanguard 45D. It's on major sale. So it's a $300 bag. I managed to get it for like $160. And Dominica's like, oh, I knew you were going to spend a lot of money on you need a good bag. She's like, $160 is a deal. Just get it, right? So Liesl and I had done a bunch of research on bags and decided that I needed a I needed a large capacity backpack. I needed something that had a lot of support and a lot of breathing and a lot of weather sealing. This bag is rated really, really good for all of that. It seems like the perfect thing, and we were prepared to spend $300. Getting it for $160 was just fantastic. If I went for any other model from Vanguard, I'd have been well in the 200s or higher. So lucked out. Totally. It is ordered, and it is supposed to arrive in 2 days. Everything is going to Miami, where it is going to Melvin and Tiani. Tiani had agreed to bring stuff back for me, but we found out right at the end of the day that Melvin is actually coming back himself with everything. So hopefully he is easily going to be able to bring my backpack, camera, and lens, and probably a few other things. I need like SD cards and stuff, but I mean, those just fit, you know. You can stick those in your nose if you need to. They're so small. That is the current plan, and very excited that I got that camera bag. Just looks like it's going to be a huge lifesaver for me. And with the new camera, assuming we get it, it's going to reduce the amount of stuff I have to carry while giving me a bag that allows me to carry a lot more. It's the perfect combination. And then my old Tamarack bag, which is still quite nice, I'm going to convert to being just my bag for my Nikon, because my Nikon is not a film camera. It is just a photo camera. So I'll have a photo bag dedicated. It'll hold all the lenses, it'll hold the body, and have all the things I need for my SLR. And then my backpack will be my filming backpack with the mirrorless gear used for video dedicated in it. So I'll be able to have two things, really organized. I'm really looking forward to that. I have needed it big time. That way I can just have a go bag, just grab it, walk out the door, know that I have everything. And if I'm gonna do photos, grab the other bag too. That easy. I did order the camera, went on MPB, and got if you're tracking it, the Olympus EM1 Mark II. The Mark II is not quite as good as the Mark III, but it's nearly as good as the Mark III. Almost every spec is identical. One stop less image stabilization, a few really, really minor like fuzzy features that you barely need, and half the price. So everybody is raving about this. Is the deal to get right now. For some reason, the Mark II is remaining low in price when used compared to the Mark III, which is holding a lot of its value. So this is a $2,000 plus camera. I was able to pick it up for $600 and change. And now the lens hit me pretty hard. I got the 12 to 100, now in 35 millimeter equivalent. That is the 24 to 200 f4, stable f4 throughout the entire range, has image stabilization, and it is weatherproofed, as is the Mark II. So together it is a really good combination with stabilization in the lens and 5-axis stabilization in the camera body. Everything is weatherproofed. This is a serious high-end system. The lens used was $900. So the combination here is pretty staggering. All together, it's nearly a $4,000 camera with a $300 bag that's coming down. But used, I managed to pick the whole thing up for $1,400 something plus so about $1,600 with the bag, which is a huge investment. It is a massive purchase, but we need it for the filming. We're doing this all the time, and the weatherproofing is critical because there's so much stuff we want to do here on the beach and can't because the cameras aren't sealed. And this dog is moving. I don't know where he's going. Look at him go. Woo! We're always worried about the cameras getting salt, air, and dust into them. It's just a big thing here. So weather sealing is big deal. Looking forward to that. Heading to bed in Managua, filming all this in Las Piñatas. We had no time to film while in Managua. I was hoping to go outside and catch some stuff, some videos from outside the Hilton, but realistically, I just never got any time. So catching up now that we're back. But its first day was very successful. Internet stayed out in town all day. So we are really thankful we weren't there trying to work and not getting anything done. It could not have been a better day to go to Managua. I mean, literally, it was the perfect day in so many ways. And the weather was great too. In Managua, we were super comfortable all day, and just couldn't have everything came together for this trip. So hopefully internet comes back tomorrow. We will be in Managua all day tomorrow. We are getting Camille somewhere around noonish, we think, is when she'll be dropped off. And then she'll hang out with us for the day. And about 5 o'clock, Leo is picking us up in the van again to bring us back to Las Piñatas. So we won't be back to Las Piñatas until the very end of the day tomorrow, very, very late, because it's a long drive, and when he picks us up, we still have to go to PriceSmart and do the shopping for the hotel. So there's just a lot to be done. It's gonna be a very, very busy day. I will see all of you tomorrow on Wednesday, the 22nd of 2021. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe. This is the only way that you need to support the channel. We don't ask for anything. Maybe tell some people there's this crazy channel. It's interesting. Americans who moved to Nicaragua. Like, really, check it out because it's different. You're not going to see this anywhere else. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow.